Good afternoon, we are lighting up. I am your host, Tia, and I'm here with
Madison.
And today we'll be exploring the struggles that teenagers have during the high school with their mental health. Our guests today are
Billy,
Daniel,
Natalia.
Okay guys, I'm going to start off with a rather difficult question, but what would you say mental health is to you as an individual person?
Being trapped in your own mind.
just not feeling included.
And how does that deteriorate your mental health, do you think?
It just makes you feel a lot more alone, like you've kind of got no one there to speak to, or
You just feel like you can't reach out.
Yeah.
Trapped.
I say meeting new people, not knowing the area.
And why do you think that is? Why would you
It's
say
just
that's
like I've been in this position where you were in a school that you wanted, and then you have to move, meeting new people, like how they think of you, new friends.
So like
new
impressions
area.
will scare, right? Okay. When was the first time you guys showed signs of actually struggling with your mental health?
Starting high school.
And why was that?
It were a new environment, different people, nervous.
Do you feel like you're being judged? You had to be someone you want?
I don't think I was being judged, but or a possibility.
Daniel?
I think obviously because in my primary school there was a lot of people that did end up going to the same high school. It was just a lot of change because obviously they were making new friends, and it was a lot of change that really got to me, and just
You're not used to that type of change and meeting different people. It was the same with me when I started high school. I had loads of primary school friends, but as soon as I come to high school, it's like you just realise who's fake and who's not, and who you actually need in your life. And I feel like mental health, when you're going through that, mental health is a horrible thing to go through, but I feel like once you go through that, you realise who's actually there for you and who's not, because you'll see who's like wanting to like make sure you're okay to who's like don't care. Natalia, what would you say?
I say like at the start of year 7, I guess, because like new people and everything, but also year 10, it was a bit hard. You were preparing for your mock exams, preparing to be year 11, and then when it comes to your exams, everything just goes downhill and everything. Scared for your results as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you feel like school was the worst cause to mental health, or do you feel like you already had signs of mental health when you were younger, like you showed signs of like loneliness, or you just didn't feel like you belonged? Would you say that started before high school or after high school, like during high school?
yeah.
It weren't the school, it were people in it.
Yeah, do you think like the people are just like more like when people go to school, like they feel like they have to be like someone who's not, and maybe that's what you guys didn't like because you wanted to be your own individual people, but you felt like you had to be
someone else.
You had to felt like you had to be part of the crowd, and you couldn't stand out as much as you'd like.
Yeah, there was a lot of stress on body image as well.
Yeah, like
how
fat
he's
shaming and
supposed to look.
stuff. Yeah.
Problem was like bullying was like a big thing.
Yeah.
So I'd say that as well.
I used to get bullied every single day in high school, like because everyone knew who my family was, and they were like, "Oh no, you can't. Nah, she's a weirdo. Like she needs to like trigger one." I used to get told to kill myself every day in school, like. But it got to a point where it did eventually make me self-harm, but then I sat on my own for like a couple of weeks and I just thought to myself, why should I actually care what these people think? I'm my own person. At the end of the day, I'm the only one that has to be happy with that. Did you have anyone like emotional support, like to support you through school, like a teacher, therapist, friend?
Did. Well, I got a bit worse like throughout year 8, 9, 10. And I calmed down, I calmed myself down throughout like year 11. But I had CAMs, which didn't really help me as much because I only got a call from like say Wednesday. So it wasn't really helpful. I had a teacher that was really, really helpful. And at like year 11, throughout like middle year 11 when I started my exams, I had a therapist that used to come in on a Friday and I used to speak to her.
Do you feel like that therapist helped you more, or do you feel like it took a long time to trust her, and when you did trust her, your relationship gradually built?
It wasn't even the trust, like, she was so welcoming, it was just so helpful.
You just felt like it were a safe place for you to let it all out. Daniel?
I think obviously because in high school I don't think the teachers really helped me as much as they thought they were supporting me. But I think what helped me was having just the support of friends and having that web of like people you can go to and just talk about things.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you felt like you had more of a safer friendship group than actually having a relationship with a teacher?
Yeah, definitely.
Billy?
I won't really go to teachers or like my friends. I'd more like, if anything happened, I'd just go to my big sister about it. Like,
so
wait
that's
for school
like your
to finish.
emotional support.
Yeah.
Have you got anything you'd like to add to that, Maddie, from your past or something in school?
I personally haven't struggled as much with mental health, although in the past, when I have struggled with a bit of stress and anxiety, I have talked to my mum about it, and I've also confided in my younger brother, who is really supportive of me.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the same, like year 10 when I moved with my dad, when I got out of the household, like having like loads of siblings there, to like no one there, and it just being me. My mental health deteriorated a lot, and there were these two teachers I could like speak to. They were both maths teachers. One of them were a man and one of them were a woman. They were so supportive, because as soon as I found out I self-harm, they gave me bands to go around my wrist, like flick. The other teacher, he'd let me sit in his classroom and cry and just talk to him about how I'm feeling and give me advice. And it just felt like that's when my mental health started getting better, because I had that person there who I could speak to, because my mum's not really like educated as much as she should have been on mental health, because she suffers with anxiety and depression herself, so she didn't know what happened to her, so she couldn't help other people. So it's like I didn't have a safe place at home, so my only safe place was actually going to school. And that's why I feel like high school affected my mental health so much, but there was also people there to support me through that. You know what I mean?
Like most people actually don't have the support they need, but like, you know what I mean.
Would you say that having mental health affects your day-to-day life, like work, college?
Yeah, it just strains you. Really.
Friendships, relationships.
Yeah, it just like at some point you just can't be bothered to do anything.
Yeah.
You just want to stay at home, do nothing, just lay in bed, cry, go to sleep, and then no one knows what happens.
Do you think it would affect your day-to-day life?
Yeah, I think it just really affects your mood and like how you are with people. Like one day you can be going from like really loud and like, you know, happy and funny, and then the next day you can just be down.
I don't really, not a minute like suffer with mental health, so personally not really for me.
Yeah. How would you say, do you think it affects people around you as well? Like, you're going through something and like you're not telling them what you're going through, but they've got no idea. But do you think that would affect your relationships and friendships, or do you think it'd build on and make them stronger? Like having people there, would they stay behind, like with you, or would they just like not be bothered?
I'd say it's not like it would affect them. It's like they'd ask you what's up. It's like the fact of telling them, trusting them. Like even if you know them for years and years, it's still the same of like, what would they think about me?
Yeah, I think it just affects people in different ways. Like some people are really open about it, but then some people, they kind of want to not hide it in a way, but just kind of keep it below.
Like to themselves and not like... Because I feel like with some people think that if they talk to someone, they're putting all their problems on other people. And that's what makes people scared to speak out, because they feel like they're just putting one problem on another person.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, would you say?
I agree with what Daniel said.
Yeah, I agree with what Daniel said. Do you have anything you want to say?
Nothing right now.
So at home after school, do you think the stuff that happened at school affected your home life, like relationships with parents, siblings, and stuff like that? How you acted at home? Did your behaviour change?
I'd say yeah. Like not like massive increase what like happened, but like not bothered to go out with your friends, like, or like not helping around the house.
So you're isolated. You'd rather isolate. When you go home, you isolate yourself.
Yeah.
Do you think that made your mental health worse?
Yeah, just not speaking to anyone just made it like way worse.
You got anything on that? You got anything on that?
I think just the same, to be fair, and like obviously going home, I didn't really feel like telling my parents, so I'd just be upstairs in my room, just quiet. Like they'd ask me if anything had happened at school, and I'd be like, no, everything's gone okay. Cause I was that kind of kid who just didn't want my parents worrying, and yeah, it was just difficult dealing with school and then coming home and just feeling like I couldn't tell my parents anything.
You want to go? Well, we understand that mental health affects people differently. And this is why we've made this podcast, because these episodes will either help people and we can like just like speak to them and like deteriorate their mental health, So thank you for tuning in, and until the next one, keep lighting up and be you.